y'all the truth about Canelo. Easy, man. Cakewalk. Easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing.
We back in the gym. And I got my hair done. Shout out to the braider. My hang time. We've been working all day. All day we've been working, baby.
Yeah, the size, the power of Canelo, he's got the guy. Then all of a sudden you go back and you say, wait a minute. The other guy's faster. The other guy's crap.
Floyd Mayweather has reportedly warned Canelo Alvarez to avoid stepping into the ring with Terence Crawford after witnessing recent leaked training footage that left him stunned. According to insiders close to Mayweather, he was visibly impressed and even concerned by Crawford's explosive hand speed, masterful footwork, and laser-sharp combinations. The viral clip reveals a version of Crawford operating on an entirely new level, more precise, more intense, and more mentally locked in than most expected. For Mayweather, it was a sobering reminder that Crawford's rise through the weight classes isn't hype, it's real, and it's dangerous.
That we can't overlook. You never overlook any opponent. We can't base everything just off power.
Mayweather, never one to hold back, doubled down on his skepticism about Canelo's legendary status. Reflecting on their 2013 bout, Floyd reminded fans that he handed Canelo a boxing lesson when he was already 40 years old and past his physical prime. He emphasized how decisively he controlled the fight with skill, timing, and strategy, tools that, in his view, exposed Canelo as overhyped. Mayweather's stance is clear: the Mexican superstar has benefited from inflated praise, and when tested by pure boxing IQ, he has struggled. To Floyd, it's further proof that brains beat brawn, and that experience trumps raw power when the stakes are highest.
You can take a guy like Canelo, this guy can do, he can pick and choose who he want to fight. And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about Canelo. Easy, man. Cakewalk. Easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude. Easy. Y'all always disrespecting our fighters.
Live, only on DAZN, June 28th. Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. Buy now at DAZN.com.
Mayweather's criticisms of Canelo go even deeper, touching on controversial moments in the Mexican fighter's past. Specifically, Floyd brought up Canelo's 2018 failed drug test, calling it a stain that still casts doubt over his accomplishments. As someone who has built his entire brand on discipline, clean living, and accountability, Mayweather sees Canelo's physical transformation and performance shifts over the years as red flags. This isn't just about personal rivalry for Floyd, it's about maintaining boxing's credibility. In his eyes, when questions like these go unanswered, they diminish the meaning behind every belt Canelo wins, especially when fighting smaller or less physically gifted opponents.
Canelo, and the list goes on and on about athletes that's been cheating.
Been accused of cheating or been proven?
No, been
cheating?
proven too.
This been proven.
Yeah. Oh, well, Canelo. Oh shit.
This been proven.
Lance Armstrong.
Okay.
And then Canelo talking about it was the steak that it was the meat that he was eating. So okay, now you eating, I guess you're eating steroid cows. Man, these boys kill me.
Adding another layer to the story, Jeff Mayweather offered a bold take of his own. He believes Terence Crawford is now operating at such a high level of versatility and control that he could even challenge Floyd in his prime. Jeff noted that Floyd, despite being retired, remains in elite shape and connected to the sport, training regularly. Still, he floated the idea that if Crawford were to dominate Canelo, it might generate enough hype for a fantasy matchup between Floyd and Crawford to come into focus. It's speculation for now, but it speaks volumes about the respect Crawford is commanding across generations.
He acting like Bud is the second coming of Mayweather. Y'all got the game fucked up. Mayweather actually didn't get hit. Bud gets hit by dudes that, like, who on Bud's resume is an equivalent of someone on Floyd's resume? So that's it right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, Floyd not getting hit by elites, Bud getting hit by non-elites, and somehow y'all think Canelo not about to touch.
At a recent face-off, tensions exploded between Crawford and Canelo when Crawford suddenly pushed the Mexican champion, sending a ripple through the crowd. Canelo, ever composed, responded not with anger, but with a grin, admitting it only fueled his motivation. What seemed like a chaotic moment quickly turned into psychological warfare. Canelo thrives on adversity and conflict, and this confrontation wasn't just for the cameras, it added fuel to the fire. Both men showed that this fight is not just about belts, it's about pride, legacy, and dominance.
Canelo, what did you think about the shove, that moment that happened on stage?
Oh, I'm turning it on right now.
Right? Yeah. Did it make you want to go harder for the 13?
I don't know, but made me feel more excited.
Love it.
I'm gonna train so hard.
Crawford has never hidden the influence Mayweather has had on his journey. But it goes beyond mimicry, it's about mindset. Like Floyd, Crawford has taken full control of his career, from promotional decisions to financial planning. His focus on detail, calculated risk-taking, and total discipline in training mirrors the Mayweather blueprint. While their personalities differ, their strategic thinking and business-first approach reveal the same goal: control your destiny, dominate the sport, and leave no doubt behind.
But I know how you is. You be sizing niggas up, bro. Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, was you know what I'm saying? If we was ever keep it real, bro. Keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fighting. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll be this.
But you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd, nah.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, I'll beat his ass. Never. That's some hate type shit to me.
Like plotting. Like,
I ain't never been that type of person ever.
Kell Brook, who has shared the ring with both Gennady Golovkin and Crawford, brings rare insight into how dangerous this fight could be. Brook warned that Canelo is not an opponent who can be figured out easily, his pressure is constant, and his punches are punishing. For Crawford to succeed, Brook says he must be flawless, predicting counters, controlling tempo, and managing space like a chess grandmaster. This isn't just about throwing punches, it's about controlling moments, seizing opportunities, and evolving strategy round by round.
Terence Crawford jumping up from 154 to 168 and beating this quote-unquote version of Canelo Alvarez would diminish the accomplishment that Floyd Mayweather accomplished beating his version of Canelo Alvarez. Is it two different versions of Canelo Alvarez? And obviously, Canelo Alvarez is 62 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He is obviously bigger. When Floyd fought him, it was at 152 catch weight, but it had no rehydration clause. So you might as well just say it was at 154. Now, two things they have in common is that Floyd Mayweather was 36, 37 years of age. Terence Crawford is 36, 37 years of age, going on 38. So he'll be 38 when he fights Canelo Alvarez. Floyd had already had 2 fights at 154. He had the fight with Miguel Cotto and he had the fight with Oscar De La Hoya, right?
Across the boxing world, from fans to insiders, there's growing consensus: Terence Crawford may be the most dangerous opponent Canelo has faced in years. This belief isn't based on hype, it's rooted in Crawford's consistent dominance, elite skill set, and rare ability to switch stances and styles mid-bout. His unpredictability, calm under pressure, and technical mastery make him a puzzle even the best have failed to solve. With both men being elite technicians, this clash promises not just fireworks but high-level chess, something that energizes the sport on all levels.
You know, it's a wow fight, you know what I mean? It's two supreme athletes fighting against each other, but you've got to sway towards Canelo. Crawford's gonna have to, move up, and I knew when I boxed Golovkin, there's a big difference, especially with someone that, fighting a middleweight, a mediocre world champions, it's okay. But when you're fighting someone like, Canelo or Golovkin, it's a different kettle of fish, I have to lean towards Canelo, but, Crawford's very, very, very good.
You think Crawford's still got the legs? Obviously, he's very much got great IQ in the ring, but he's very much a good mover as well. Do you feel like he's still got the legs to be maybe outmoving Canelo if he needs to?
Well, I don't know. You know, I think when we look back at Mayweather when he beat Canelo, he's a mover. Crawford's not really like Mayweather in that aspect. He's more. You know, he kind of sets his feet. And he's cute with how he approaches chucking shots and moving. You know what I mean? I think it's a different fight to Mayweather, and Canelo's obviously a different fighter from when he boxed Mayweather. But like I say, it's one of them what we've got to tune into and watch. You know, both unbelievable fighters, but I'd have to favour Canelo. Just his size and his experience and just his ring general.
Crawford's team knows this isn't a fight they can approach like any other. Their preparation has been hyper-specific training for muscle mass, timing, ring IQ, and endurance. Crawford's signature blend of patience and precision will be key. Against Canelo's constant pressure and pace-setting habits, Bud must create uncomfortable moments, subtle tempo changes, tactical resets, and calculated counters. It's not about overpowering Canelo. It's about forcing him into unfamiliar territory and making him question his own rhythm.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. Terence Crawford is top 5. Top 5, I'll die on that hill. He's my top. He might be top 3. I just gotta see what's up. But I'm gonna be real. This Canelo might be the most fucking locked in Canelo I've ever seen in my life. My boy Canelo is too fucking locked. He's not even speaking Spanish no more. He's speaking fluid ass English. He's not even Spanish no more. Oh boy said, how will this affect the Canelo legacy if Terence Crawford beats you? He's not going to beat me. No, he's not going to beat me. But this will go down in boxing history. But he beat me. He's not beating me. No, you're not different. No, you're no different than no Spanish. Canelo's locked in. Yo, I'm telling you, this is that fight where I feel a little bit scared for my favorite.
Oscar de la Hoya issued a cautionary note amid the excitement. While he recognizes Crawford's unmatched talent, he warned fans not to ignore the physical reality, size matters. As someone who fought up and down weight classes, de la Hoya understands how strength and mass can shift the balance, even when skill is equal. He believes Crawford's brilliance may not be enough to overcome Canelo's physical dominance. It's not pessimism, it's perspective grounded in experience, reminding everyone that even super fights must respect the laws of physics.
How is Terence Crawford going to beat Canelo Alvarez? We need to talk about it. When we look at the guys who've had success with Canelo, we'll look at Bivol, we'll look at Golovkin, we'll look at Floyd, and we'll look at Lara. Yes, I'll throw Lara in there, why not? I think all these fights are absolutely irrelevant coming into this bout. Some of them are just dated, or some of these guys' style just cannot apply. For example, a guy in Lara. If Crawford wanted to fight how Lara fought Canelo, he would probably gas out in 7 rounds, or if he made it 12, he just wouldn't get that decision. It's that simple. Let's take a guy in Golovkin. Crawford just simply does not have the punching power, nor do I think he has the gas tank at 68. He's not a good enough puncher to try to fight Canelo like Golovkin. He doesn't have the physical traits even in the chin department. Then you have Floyd Mayweather. While both can have a bit of similarities, the speed, reflexes, technical prowess, IQ, timing, counter-punching, lateral movement, it's just too much from Floyd. I don't think Bud could take much from Floyd's game plan to implement it into his own success in September. And then you have Dimitri. The speed, the technical prowess, the IQ, the length is too much. So essentially, Terence Crawford is going to have to beat Canelo in a way that nobody has ever beaten him or gave him any issues in. I'm going to tell you exactly how Crawford's going to fight. He's going to fight like his damn self. It's too late in his career to change up the game plan. It's too late in his career for him to want to change up the game plan coming to a fight of this magnitude with a style he's never fought before. That would be a recipe for disaster. He's going to be more than likely off the back foot. He's going to be looking for counter shots. And I think there will be a point in this fight where he's simply just trying to survive. I like Crawford. He's an amazing pound-for-pound fighter. A different animal at 168. This is one of the greatest of all time. I see win scenarios for him, but I don't see him being realistic. I can see him fighting off the back foot, using his speed, timing, and feet to stay away from Canelo. But that's very, very, very unlikely. Damn near.
Nico Ali Walsh, grandson of Muhammad Ali, took a different angle. He praised Crawford's preparation, revealing that Bud has been sparring larger opponents to simulate the pressure Canelo brings. This isn't just about technique, it's about pain tolerance, resilience, and mental focus. According to Walsh, Crawford's camp is doing more than practicing combinations, they're preparing for survival. That preparation, he argues, is what makes this fight far more even than it appears on paper.
William who? Canelo versus William Skull. William who?
Oscar também comprado da South Africa, being back in New York over here.
No, let's just say Canelo Crawford, in the history of boxing, and this is the facts.
Let's get it.
If you see Thursdays, back Thursdays, I speak the facts. All right, I'll even do it for you. A good little man has never beaten a good big man in the history of the game, unless you go back to certain situations with Pacquiao beat me, but I was a dead man walking anyway. But a good little man never beats a good big man, so it's a tough test for Crawford, but I'm not counting him out. The bottom line, and this is the truth again, it's a money grab. That's it.
Renowned trainer and analyst Teddy Atlas broke it down to its simplest form: brains versus brawn. While others marvel at Canelo's strength, Atlas zeroed in on Crawford's mind. He sees Crawford's laser-sharp reactions, in-fight calculations, and sheer determination as key to neutralizing physical disadvantages. For Atlas, this isn't a mismatch, it's a war between two forces, brute strength and cerebral sharpness. He believes the man who thinks faster, not punches harder, will walk out victorious.
So I'm just worried about that, but I think it's a great opportunity for both those guys. I think people are going to watch it, so it's an exciting matchup.
And we have another mega fight. Let's be honest, September. Canelo and Crawford, two guys been around that you've trained with and things like that.
Yes.
Fight.
That fight, everyone was siding towards Canelo. I would say it was like 80-20 people with Canelo before Canelo's last fight, but then after Canelo's last fight, it seems like it's more 50-50 now. So everything is just the build up for that fight is just going to be absolutely magnetizing. Like that fight, it's garnered so much more buzz after Canelo's last fight, and Bud is Bud. He's one of the greatest fighters in boxing history. He is one of the greatest fighters in boxing history. So it's going to be a fight. It's going to be awesome to watch.
Have you sparred any of them?
I haven't sparred Bud yet. I haven't been in Canelo's camp. I've met Canelo a few times. I love Canelo's team. Canelo's one of my favorite fighters. He's been my favorite fighter for the longest time. But I have to be Team Bud because me and Bud are cool, and I have so much belief in Bud, and I know who he is as a fighter. He is one of the greats. So he could do anything he wants.
And being around both of them and seeing how they work and train and things like that, what makes both of them the fighters they are, in your opinion?
I've watched Bud, so for Bud in particular, he's calm in everything he does, and that kind of calm is scary to watch because it shows experience. You can see that he's been doing this for decades. You can see it with his shadow boxing. You can see it.
That wraps up today's video. Whether you're Team Crawford or Team Canelo, one thing is certain, this fight isn't just another title bout. It's a battle of eras, of philosophies, of legacies. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss exclusive insights, updates, and breakdowns from the world of boxing. Until next time, stay sharp, fight smart, and keep your gloves up.
He's too big, and Crawford, as good as he is, he stepped up with Matrimorph, and he struggled a little bit. He won, but it was more competitive. We thought, well, we didn't understand how good Matrimorph was because we underestimated him because he only had 10 pro fights, but he had 300 amateur fights. He was a good, solid fighter, right? And he's on this card, of course, but he was a good, solid fighter. We didn't understand that, so we started to knock down Crawford a little bit because our expectations were so high, and that's wrong. That's wrong. He won, he changed gears, he did what he had to do, but he realized the level of this guy in front of him, and he got the win. But again, people are going to say Canelo's too big. He had trouble with a 154-pound guy when he went up from welterweight to that. So now he's going up to 168. Teddy, come on. How are you going to make an argument? You'll make an argument to this, to the history of this sport, where little guys have been able to be big guys, because you reverse it. You reverse who's got the advantage and the disadvantage. Yeah, the size, the power of Canelo, he's got the advantage. Then all of a sudden you go back and you say, wait a minute. The other guy's faster. The other guy's craftier. The other guy has more options. The other guy is slicker. Oh, maybe he's got the advantages. Like the first time Pacquiao fought De La Hoya. And I know De La Hoya was having trouble with weight. Well, I get it. And that's fair. But still, I remember I picked that one. Every once in a while I pick one, right? I remember that I picked that one where Pacquiao's going to win. And I said, yeah, you're saying that De La Hoya's big, he's strong. He's got the power edge, he's got this edge. But the other guy's quicker.